out with the old, in with the new. It's time to change your shirts up a bit because I'm getting tired of seeing this, and I'm sure you guys are too.
And Largo is retiring his high school shirt. Captain is retiring his high school shirt.
His high school shirt. I don't know what he's wearing today. I don't think he's got it set up yet.
Welcome to day 71. I'm Captain.
And I'm Sunshine.
And we're still walking.
And we're still talking. Do we look different?
We've showered and we've switched shirts.
And we've got new shirts on, guys. I don't know if you're gonna recognize us anymore, but the other two, it was time to retire them. We retired them, what, a third of the way in?
Yep.
Right, so
next shirts are going away a third of the way in as well.
I don't know what we'll wear
2/3.
next. What should we put on next for shirts? Have you thought about it?
No.
Oh my God, you know what I think today is? I think today is naked hiking day.
Oh, that's funny.
No, I'm serious. Is it the solstice today? Isn't it?
It is Thursday. It is the solstice.
Wait.
How does that mean naked hiking
I think
day?
I saw online that today is naked hiking day.
That's ironic.
I'm gonna do it.
No.
I'm not gonna do it. I don't want any chafing. I wonder if we will see any naked hikers. Apparently people do this, so you never know. All right, today we are going 18.3 miles or more, we're not sure, from Black Horse Gap to, we're kind of not sure. There's a really popular shelter that's like double story with a deck and stuff. That's probably the one we're gonna stop at, but it's all gonna depend on how my tendonitis is doing and how we're feeling and whatnot. We're fully packed out with probably 6 days of food. Water, we have 2 liters each, so we are packing a heavy load and I can feel it. I really can feel it today. Can you feel it?
No.
No. And Captain was very disappointed he lost his favorite sit pad yesterday.
It's missing. I'm not sure where it went, but
yeah.
As for now, we're gonna have to sit on rocks.
Or on my sarong here, which isn't very cushiony. All right, guys, let's get this day started.
Let's go.
Captain, we have not seen a trail this nice. I mean, yesterday we did, but up until yesterday, it'd been like 100 miles at least before we saw a trail this nice. Isn't this awesome?
Yeah, this is honestly amazing. We've got a good path and honestly not too many trees and such inserting themselves in kind of the middle.
This actually feels a little cushiony right here. I hope it stays this way all day.
That's funny. So this is actually something we've started to see a lot more on the trail now. What do we have here?
Berries! I've been eating blueberries and blackberries. There were a lot of blueberries yesterday. It was so good. Oh, yum, yum, yum. You can't get too many, but when you need a little break, just taking it by a blueberry patch is really nice. Today so far we have been hiking along the Ridge Parkway. So there's a lot of noise, construction, maintenance vehicles, which I don't mind, to be honest, because we have this so rarely. It's nice to have civilization around. And it's a beautiful hike, it's a beautiful highway. If you have not driven this highway, you must drive it. It's well groomed, has gorgeous views. You can drive it, stop for a picnic. Highly, highly recommend it. I don't know how much of our trail, we're on the ridge here along the parkway. I don't know if the whole trail's like that today. It looks like it's gonna be pretty mild today, which is good considering we're carrying so much food. And I'm thinking I think we're about a week away from entering, maybe less, depending on how fast we go, the Shenandoah Park. We have talked about doing a night hike. You guys know how I'm afraid of the dark, but we are in high 80s, 90-degree temps for the next couple days, so we might just do a night hike just to hike in cooler situation. We'll see. Depends on how we feel. We're 5 minutes on this trail, and it's trail magic. Oh my God. I seriously think I'm gonna cry. This is only like our 4th time or 5th time. Look, how many, what is this, number 5? Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's a Christmas miracle. How are you? I haven't seen you in forever, but I've seen you on Facebook. So we've only had trail magic. I think this is only our 4th time or 5th time in like 700 and what are we at for miles? 750?
Well, there was a couple of guys came through. He did the whole thing. I was the first guy who saw it.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
He's walking at night and everything.
Yeah.
So he's missing it all.
Oh, that's a bummer. Well, I haven't even said thank you, but thank you so much for doing this. I mean, really.
Your trail name.
Right, I cannot tell you how appreciated it is.
I'm here, man. I can't get away from the love.
I know, right? I don't blame you.
Yeah.
It feels good, right?
I'm burning up my credit card.
Yeah.
This is from a deer, an African deer. Wow. They have 2 of them. They're beautiful. And then there's the ram's horn, which is
a little donation for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Which is a ram's horn, which is another. Are you guys leaving? Yeah. We are. God bless
Bye,
you.
guys. We'll
God
see you
bless
soon.
Thank
Well,
you.
maybe not, but
I'll see you up north, hopefully. So there's 2. This is a Yemenite shofar. It's from an African deer.
Yeah.
And the other acceptable one is the ram's horn.
Okay.
Those are the 2 Jewish horns that are acceptable as shofars.
Okay.
So in the Bible, there's a story of a king. Help yourself. There's a story of a king and his servant. And the servant had a burden on the heart to go to Jerusalem to rebuild the walls. Well, the servant's name was Nehemiah.
Okay.
So the king released him with about 45 or 50 men to go rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. Well, Jerusalem has walls 2.5 miles around Jerusalem. And they're not regular walls. They're 40 feet high and 8 feet deep.
oh my gosh.
So they rebuilt the walls in like a record amount of days, like 50 or 52 days, right? So in the middle of it, though, they're like, say this is the wall.
Right.
They're constantly fighting people, wanting to kill them and keep them from rebuilding the walls. So they had a rock in one hand, a sword in the other. So in Nehemiah 4:20 says, "At the sound of the trumpet, we will gather, and God, our Lord God, will fight for us." Mm-hmm. So when they blew the trumpet, they were asking for God to come in and fight their battles.
Okay.
And there's like 100 instances in our Bible about the trumpet, and there's several of them that were victorious because they blew the trumpet, and God came in, miracles happened. So I'm going to sound the trumpet.
All right.
And pray your blessing for you on the trail.
All right.
And that's my Johnny
I
Shafar.
love it. I love it. I've never heard this before, so.
So thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Amen.
Yeah, let me.
First of all, I'm amazed that you're that long-winded.
Well, look at the way I talk.
Was that one breath?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And there you have it, our first pancake breakfast trail magic. Third of the way in and we finally got pancakes, yippee! So his story is interesting because he knew nothing about trail magic. I'm sure he knew about the ET, but not the trail magic. And he had gone away on a fishing trip and had pulled over, I think in that exact spot, on the way back to make himself breakfast. He set out his stuff and he said all of a sudden people started kind of gathering around, and that's when he realized, wait a minute. And then he started asking questions, and there are a bunch of hungry souls there, and he realized this kind of trail magic thing, and then he's been doing it for 14 days straight since then. It's really, really cute. He says he wants to feed those of us at the back that don't get as much magic. I love it.
저 노을빛이 담은 하늘의 색감 이 모든 것을 내가 지면 사라질 거야 온 너의 하얀 마음에 칠을 해본 다음 사랑에 빠졌어 오늘은 내 곁에 내일은 내일에 신발은 벗어줄래 나는 13가의 코리안 맨인 떠나가는 사람을 잡지 마라 oh, 이 노래의 주인공은 맛을 쓰지 않아 마시며 읽은 장을 쓴 노래만 노래방에서 낮은 거짓말 거지같이 살아 요즘
에코.
내 글씨는 빠진 온천파 애네들 기파 그녀는 가끔 채식주의자 냄새와 맛을 잃은 요리사처럼 슬픈 이야기가 있을까.
So ahead are the peaks of Otter. And they don't know why they're actually called that. They're straight ahead. So there's Sharp Top Mountain and then Flat Top Mountain. And these, according to the sign, says they're 2 of the 3 prominent summits that surround the peaks of Otter area, approximately 6.5 miles in the distance. Hello, everyone. We have stopped for, I feel like we just had the Trail Magic and we're already stopping for lunch. First we had a hotel breakfast, then we had Trail Magic breakfast, and now we're eating again. But it's really, really important for us to get enough food. So I am making this is like a gourmet meal today, guys. We are having vinegar pork from the restaurant last night. I got a to-go container of it, and cucumbers, and I think we should put some of this Wisconsin Bliss cheese from Mike in there as well. So we'll see how this turns out. I think Captain will eat anything right now, so I'm just gonna put it all in there. All right, so let's talk about my shoes well, maybe we shouldn't talk about my shoes while making food. I'll be back in a minute. Is it teenage approved?
Teenage approved.
Is it dry at all? A little bit?
Not really, no. It's just a good sandwich.
So we've got like 5 to 6 days of food packed out. We have about 5 in our can, and then we take the first day back on the trail of food from the real world. And so we have them usually for the meals during the day on that first day we're back on the trail, and then we just stick our bear can out in the woods. And hey, how are you?
Pretty good.
Our friend's coming, so we'll be back. What was that? Well, it is a little dry. Yeah. But it's good. It's real food, so I'm pretty happy about it. Do you want another one? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about my shoes for a minute. Topo. I think I called them Togo yesterday. I've never had Topos before. I know nothing about Topos. These babies weigh, first of all, it's a Topo Trail Venture 2. It weighs 23.4 ounces, which is a lot more than my other shoes weighed, and it's got a 5 millimeter drop. And I started with the Hoka Speed Goat 5, which was 17 ounces and a 4 millimeter drop. Then I went to the Ultra Lone Peaks, which were 18.4 ounces and 0 drop. And now I've ventured into these babies. And so far, I'm really, really liking them. At first, I thought they were gonna cause me a problem because they felt like they had a little too much support on the arch, was pushing it up. But they're giving me great ankle support, which I never thought I needed. I said before, I hate mid-length boots. I've never liked them. They've always caused me problems with blisters and all kinds of other issues. I do feel some rubbing in some spots, and I do have a couple of toes that are uncomfortable. However, it's stabilizing the ankle, which I really need right now. So I don't know if these will be my shoe for the whole hike or if I'll switch it back down to a lower one once the ankle heals. I'm just not sure at this point, but right now I'm really loving these gals a lot. So today has very limited water sources, and we didn't carry an extra liter. We probably should have. And we're getting down to 1 liter and still have a lot of miles left. So we are considering getting off and going to a campground, either just to get water and have dinner and get back on, or maybe spend the night, I don't know. But it's really hot. And this was just kind of, I would say, poor planning on our behalf. We even had an option to refill water at the Trail Magic, and neither one of us thought of it. So sometimes these things happen. I'll keep you guys posted of what we're gonna do. It's not as hot today as it has been, but it's still, let's see, it's still probably a good 80 degrees. It's still a good 82. So that's still pretty warm, even though we're under the canopy. It doesn't feel as hot, but obviously we don't want to get heat exhaustion. So we are likely gonna have to get off and get water. Not fun, but we'll do what we need to do. So craziest thing, you know how I was saying, I don't know, we might have to get off trail for water. There's a pretty steady flowing water source here that was not even marked on Far Out at all. So the trail did provide. I bet this wasn't here yesterday and just showed up today.
Yeah, just for us.
Just showed up. How are you liking that new water bag?
It's pretty nice. It's a different brand. It's Platypus, but it holds more, and it also is pretty much the same size, although it is a bit thinner. So I can definitely feel a bit more condensation on my hands versus kind of the Ceenoc. But this is, I think, a lot better than kind of being able to hold more for the size.
And the other one punctured, the Ceenoc one. So even if this one's thinner, maybe it's made of better material. Who knows? It holds 3 liters versus 2, which is great. It's got a pretty good. I don't know what I'm saying.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. It has a pretty good. Well, I'm glad we're now all juiced up, since there's still no water for like 12 miles. So today is the summer solstice,
It is.
which means it's the longest day of light.
It is.
And as we head north, it stays lighter later at night.
It does.
Do you think we can stay ahead of that? You think we can go fast enough to stay ahead of that?
Maybe. Who knows?
Do you know what
Maybe
that-
if we go fast enough.
Right? Like if we could increase like a mile every 15 minutes,
Maybe.
we'll stay ahead of the light.
Maybe.
Okay, let's try it. I want to chat with you about something, and I want to vlog it because I think it's part of our journey.
Okay.
My tendinitis is still really bothering me.
Okay.
I called Dad to see if he could or wanted to come hike with you on Saturday and Sunday,
Okay.
and he was overjoyed.
All right.
He was sad about me taking those 2 days off, but I know you really want to go spend 3 days with your sister.
Yeah.
And if we don't keep moving forward at a faster rate, you won't be able to do that because we won't finish in time for your school. And I know that when you go to spend 3 days with her, I can come back and do these 2 days because it's not that far of a drive.
Right.
And although I don't want to do this, I know I need to rest my tendinitis.
Okay.
So Dad and I were thinking that he would come probably tomorrow night. We'll probably put the tent someplace that's near a road. He'll come tomorrow night. We'll swap out. And then I'll come back and get him on Sunday night. I'll go to the apartment and hang out with Sentry, ice, elevate, all that stuff. Cry a bit.
Ice, baby.
Ice, baby. Cry a little, cry a lot. And then I'll come back on Sunday, hop into the tent with you. Dad will switch out. Dad is just going to take my whole pack. I've already provisioned for food. He can even take my fanny pack, the camera. I mean, the only thing he needs to do is wear his own clothing because he's not wearing my underwear and my sports bra. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think if it allows you to continue, then it's what we have to do.
I know. I think I need to. It's really hurting. It's not as bad as it was the other day when I could barely walk, but I'll do today and then tomorrow, and then I'll take 2 days off. And, you know, we would be due for a 0. Like most people a lot of people, not all, take a 0 week. And it will have been a week since we had taken a 0, but he doesn't need one and he doesn't want one. Correct? Oh.
Well, I appreciate zeros.
Are you crying?
No.
Your eyes are watering.
I
Are
am?
you upset?
They are? No, I'm not
miss
crying.
Me. You're crying, cry. Well, no, if you want to take a day off, then.
I mean, I'm just saying I'll never say no to a 0.
Okay, but then that can cut into your time with your sister is what I'm worried about.
So.
Okay, unless you feel like you need one, I would say don't do one right now. I'll need to take one, obviously, again. So this was a really hard decision for me to come by. I want to hike every bit of this with him. I also want to be a thru-hiker of 2024, and you have to do the entire trail for that. But I also know that I can come back and do these 2 days when he's with his sister, or even like if we're down to like the last week, he can pause and do school before we summit Katahdin, and I can come down and do this. Yeah. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm in a lot of pain, and And
No.
and I want to be able to complete this with him, and so I think I just need to take a couple days off. So I'll make it through today. I'll make it through tomorrow. I mean, I'm not dying. It's just a lot. I'm just hiking through a lot of pain, and so I think that's what we're gonna do. It takes a lot of logistics. So those of you watching this vlog right now are gonna, if you think back to a couple weeks ago when you saw vlogs and there was like a big gap of like 3 or 4 days with no vlogs, it's because Will was on the trail and unable to edit. And we put something in the community tab at the time just to let you guys know. And it's not over, it's not done, it's not anything. It's just that I need to take care of my feet for a couple days, so.
I would hug you, but it's too hot.
You would hug me? Oh, thank you. But now you got to be in the tent with Dad.
No kidding.
Two of you farting. Gross.
Funny.
Golden days drifting far away. Light is leaving town. Colors fade, but I'm thinking we stay just for a little while. Let's lose track of time. Darling, stay for a little longer while I hold your time. We'll wait.
Hi, cutie.
Just rest your head upon my shoulder.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Captain's asleep, so I'm closing this out without him. It's day 71. We went from Black Horse Gap to Jennings Creek Rd, 14.5 miles. We did not go the full amount we had planned today, and we barely made it to the stealth campsite. We were both so tired. So even though we didn't take a zero yesterday, when we sleep in a bed, typically we go to bed super early, like if we hike and then we sleep in a bed, we like hike, go to bed at 9 o'clock and then get back up and hike again the next day. But when we see Will, we usually stay up later, we go to dinner, we play or whatever, and we don't get to bed until late. So we didn't go to bed until like 11:30 last night, and we were both tired today. Plus my tendonitis was really bothering me. And Captain's shoulders are hurting a bit. So I don't know, it feels like we're getting soft. I don't know how that could happen this far in. But we are in a stealth site. The best part of my day was probably the pancake trail magic. I really liked that. I'm gonna guess that was the best part of Captain's day as well. The worst part of my day was that I really wanted to make it to the shelter tonight. It's supposed to be 2 stories and has like a little porch. And a lot of people that we've been hiking around we're gonna be there. But there's a killer up for like 2 miles before it, and we're at the base of that. And all the notes in far out said worst up on the entire trail, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, oh, I don't know if we have this in us tonight. And it was unanimous. Neither one of us wanted to do it. So the worst part is I would have liked to have slept at that shelter, but it's okay. It happens. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to share about today. Kind of sad. We've officially made the decision that I'm going to take 2 to 3 days off just to rest my tendonitis, and Will, this is exciting, is going to come and hike with Captain for 2 to 3 days. And they are talking about doing 25 miles a day because they want to get to Shenandoah, which I've been so looking forward to Shenandoah and the waysides and everything, which means, like I said earlier, when he goes to visit Avalon for 3 days, I'll have to come back and hike this. Because if those are the only 3 days I'm missing, I'm definitely not going to miss out on being a 2024 alumni Thru-Hiker because I missed I don't know, they might be doing 75 miles. That might take me more than 3 days. Stand by, who knows? It'll be fun to see Will vlogging this and just you guys to get to hang with him a little bit. I think that's about it. It's like not even 8 o'clock. You guys know often we get in, it's like 8:30, 9, 9:15, 9:30. So he's asleep and I'm ready to go to sleep. So we will see you tomorrow. Bye. And there's ants everywhere. Okay, Will, hold on. Close on my food. So let's talk about my new shoes for a couple minutes here. What do I have? I want to chat. Oh God, this is really uncomfortable. Oh, I should have taken my pack off. So in this situation, you have a lot of time out here to think. And so I've been thinking about this and just like, what do we do if something happens and this and that? And we have contingency plans if for some reason I can't continue, so that he can still continue. We have people that will hike with him. I can slack him. We'll do weekends. There's all kinds of options. He's capable of hiking on his own. But it's really important, I think, to be flexible and just, just because I need time off, I shouldn't be forcing him to take time off.